Recently, I decided to start creating replay analysis video aimed at improving our Dota 2 skill. If you trust my insight and want to elevate your gameplay, I invite you to fill out the Google form link in the description below. Due to the volume of submissions, please understand that I might not be able to analyze every single game. Selected analysis will be featured in a video focusing on drafting, playstyle, itemizations, and more. To keep it interesting, I will make sure the analysis is short and clear. If your game isn't selected this time, don't lose hope. Feel free to try again in a subsequent week. Today, our focus is on Timbersaw, an Immortal player who unfortunately lost this game. He want to analyze it because he aiming to achieve an Immortal rank with number. But did you know if you want to get a number, you have to reach at least 6.5k MMR? Alright, I hope you find this video helpful for you. Let's start. First of all, let's go through the drafting phase first. Based on the drafting, I would say that your team is slightly worse than enemy team. Your team is quite strong in the early state, which is 0 to 25 minutes. If your game proceeds to a late game, then the chances of losing are increasing. Why? Let me explain. You and Ledgers are the strongest hero in this game due to the high regenerations. Maintaining high regenerations make you and Ledgers more stronger and more tanky. But Butchers playing as an enemy carry is expected to buy Scepter to reduce you and your mid regenerations. Not only this, Temple Assassin is one of the heroes who is unable to fight against Patch in the late game. Once get caught, it is over. Enemy hero like AA can prevent you from healing or regenerating, making it difficult to sustain in fight. As an offlaner, if you see the enemy has picked hero like AA and Tiny as supporter, consider choosing heroes such as Night Stalker, Legion Commander or March. These heroes are good at catching enemy support or aiming for backline hero first, which can set up for your team fight. Don't forget, your team only have one stun while the enemy team has multiple stuns. Next, let's move on to the laning phase. In the beginning, your starting items are quite well a bracer and 3 iron branch to boost your state. But since you are a mini hero, I would advise you to purchase a Quilling Bird to easily get the last hit. Here is the item example for you. Furthermore, you understand that the importance of securing the range creep. So, whenever the enemy try to deny the creep, you use your skill to secure it for yourself. At the 2 minute 22 second marks, you recognize that the enemy was pulling their wave, and as you approach the area and take the creep, you and Invoker is trying to kill the Tiny. But when he retreats to his tower, you back. In this moment, you should chase and kill him as he have 3 creep and you will not die if you didn't trigger his tower to hit you. Since you are retreat, you lure the enemy creep wave to here, which is a very good place to you to farm safely. In this learning phase, there are few things you could improve is be more aggressive. From my observations, Patch always full HP. You are stronger than enemy Patch, therefore don't be afraid. Spamming your skill and make him feel to take the last hit. Not only this, you can try to maintain the creep wave under your towers. You always use your skill to clear the wave faster. This allowed the Patch to farm safely in his tower. Before he leaves his lane, you can observe on the network. His network and your network are totally no difference. You did not pressure him or annoying him well. At the 8 minute and 36 second marks, you TP to the top lane to join the team fight. This is a good decision making which lead your team fight to win. Once finished the team fight, Your team continue to push down the enemy tier 1's tower. At the 11-minute marks, you make a mistake which lead to death for the first time. After taking down the Pangolier and the enemy tier 1's tower, you shoot back. Ledgers which only left half HP as well as your CM and you. Initiating a team fight with half HP isn't a good practice. Your enemy came with the full HP and full mana, but your team with only the half HP. Therefore, how are you going to win the team fight? At the 14-minute marks, you and your teammate smoke for a game. But unfortunately, enemy teammate initiate the war first. Let pause for a moment. We can notice that enemy came with a full teammate while your team left one people. Therefore, when you take down the Tiny, treat him with Invoker, that is enough. Because your HP is low and if you chase AA, definitely you will die and bring your teammate die with you. But if you retreat, Ledgers will follow you to retreat as he can't stand in the front yet. At the 22-minute marks, your team try to push the enemy tier 2 towers. However, it is better to retreat because your team only has 4 people while Ledgers is at the bottom. Remember, never push when it is 4 versus 5, as it almost never lead to winning the team fight. It would have been better to retreat or wait for the Ledgers. After taking down the enemy tier 2 tower at the mid, you immediately TP to the top towers to push the lane. If you TP and showing map to the enemy, please ask your team to retreat. A sudden gank which will let the Temple Assassin die. Not only this, Leshrac taking the edges and solo die at the enemy top tier 2 towers, which make the edges advantage gone. Furthermore, Temple Assassin making a critical mistake too, hitting AA in front of the enemy high ground and did not use any skill, any item to escape. Therefore, a BKB is a must for him as enemy have so many skill to kite or clear him. Next, while Leshrac respawn and TP at the mid, you try to kill the Patch. Although the BKB is on cooldown, why would you choose the most tankiest hero to aim? Moreover, after you lost this team fight, here is showing 5 versus 3. You still decide to fight instead of escape. This is the big mistake that I should say. Before this long team fight, your team net worth is 7k higher than the enemy team, but after this, your team net worth is 3k higher. At the 35-minute marks, you did a great job by aiming the correct targets, AA. After you take him down, you focus on Void Spirit and Patch, making them unable to focus on your other teammates such as Temple Assassin. That is why this make you and your teammate win this team fight and get the second edges. At the 38-minute marks, Temple Assassin is taking the Tormentor by himself. All of you are separated, 1 at the bottom, 2 at the river. This Leshrac make a mistake again while solo push the mid lane without any backups. Once he died, your team has to wait for him again. When all of you were ready to push, notice that the edges left 36 seconds only, which is not enough time for the team fight or high ground. Not only this, when your Temple Assassin die with edges, all of you should retreat. Continue high ground will have no advantage and may lead to loss. Since your team didn't get back, then Temple Assassin get caught by Tiny and die immediately. When the Temple Assassin die, we can observe that there's a 3v5 situations again. Will you win a 3 versus 5? Remember, Patch BKB is still out. Continuing the fight will make the game advantage gone. When the Tiny toss you to the camp, you bring in and kill the Tiny. After that, you and Leshrac should retreat as continuing the high ground has no benefits. At this moment, you have bring out of the wall and successful escape. I understand that you want to help Leshrac, but how can you help him? You went back to help him and die together with him. This was another mistake because you can back safely while Leshrac is surely die. Funny things, in 45 minutes, Lestrak still having 2 bird grenades. At the 47-minute marks, when you try to take the third edges, your invoker get caught and die. When your invoker die, you have to spam get back to ask all your teammates to retreat and back for high ground. You know they came as 5 and your team only has 4. Next, when your ledgers get caught, don't fight because none of your team have purchased BKB. No one able to sustain on Pango LT and all the other skill. At the 48-minute 44-second marks, you and Lestrak buybacks. Giving them a top lane is a good decision and you are able to defend your mid lane. Lestrak continues spamming his stun and making the enemy unable to push your mid lanes. During the big fight, Temple Assassin decide to buy back and join the team fight which make this fight wins. Once you wins the team fight, your Temple Assassin proceed to the Roshan to get the edges. But he make a critical mistake which is denied the edges in these moments. Edges is very important in this critical time as all of you don't have buybacks. Not only this, in the last war, you and your team decide to fight. How was your fight going to be successful? First, your team denied edges. Second, your team don't have buybacks. Third, enemy team have buybacks. Fourth, your team net worth is 13k less than enemy team. Fifth, your team only CM has BKB. So, in this very difficult moment, what is the best strategy for you guys is just play safe. Wait until your enemy push to the high ground. Lestrak is able to case his stun with sharks, which cause the enemy hard to high ground. Patiently wait until your team buyback is available, then you try to smoke. Of course, when you gank, you do not aim at the patch first, aiming the other hero such as AA, Bengolia, or Void Spirit first. Go with your hacks follow up with your teammates. In the end, itemization for you has no problem, but the playstyle is. I believe you blame the Temple Assassin which made him rage and deny the edges and throw the game. If you want to blame anyone, please make sure you win only you blame. Plus 25 MMR and blaming your teammate is better than minus 25 MMR. Last but not least, if you feel this replay analysis was good for you, please subscribe to this channel to receive upcoming Dota knowledge. Drop a comment below whether it's helpful for you or not.